Chris, in a previous interview, you've just described it as untying our own laces. It did feel like that today.
Yeah, some of it did. I mean, the effort's there in different ways, but we've got to be like right on point and get things right, and we've got to be above 8 players on that point to make sure that we're competing and fighting to get our 3 points.
Chances, I think it's highlighted, you've said you're after a striker or to bolster the striking position. Those chances when they come, key moments, and put them away, it's a different game.
Well, we got to the last third quite often, didn't we, even today? So, but not really working the goalkeeper. So that was disappointing because there was passes going across goal, deflections, corners, great corners to be attacked, and there's no real presence to the actual contact, and yet they're in a great goal scoring area. So, and we work on them. So it's disappointing to see it when there's no actual contact on the ball. And what happened today, without that contact, it actually encouraged a counter-attack for Plymouth.
And their goals, particularly the first 2, they come at times when it just deflates what it is that we're trying to do.
Yeah, because we started the game quite well. We weren't under any sort of pressure. We had control of the ball. Elliot was getting on the ball. But we needed to change the rhythm a little bit more. We needed to push on 100%, and we didn't. And like any arm wrestle, once somebody gets on top, and it was simple to get on top of us from a throw-in, and in conditions like today, it's really difficult to then turn that back around.
I know that must have frustrated you because you prided yourself on those clean sheets that we've had here at home.
Well, you got to be proud of something because you're not giving it away, so that's good. So to give it up today is disappointing. But we've lost 3 games in 10 games against teams that are at the top end of League 2. And I know we want to be at the top end of League 2, but we've got so much work to do to get to that. And it's going to only be achieved through very, very, very much hard work.
I was going to say, it does highlight, doesn't it, how far not how far, but how much we've got to do to catch up these teams that are in the top half of that table.
Yeah, but you're talking about like a football club with massive financial clout, because I do know like the deal that they've signed Ryan Hardy on. So I understand that it gets easier when you've got that opportunity from a management perspective to do. So we've got to do it a little bit different. We've got to find a different way. We've got to make sure the players are on point. We've got to make sure the players coming in can support the players that are on point. We've got to make sure the players that don't really want to fancy it or do it have to look to change and turn over the squad. But it's difficult because the phone's not red hot ringing for our players.
The fans don't get to see that bit, do they? The amount of work that you've put in already, yourself and David, in trying to chase down players who you wanted to get in before today even.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the same, but you'd think it'd be that easy. Oh, we want him, right? You come in, nice one. See you Saturday. It's not like that. You got agents, you got geographics, you've got obviously the club if it's a loan player. You've got them sort of situations to discuss, and they hold the cards on that. So it's hard. David's very good at negotiating in terms of looking after the football club's finances and trying to find an answer. And if we can keep building in time, maybe we could sign a Blackpool player on full wages and it's non-questionable and he's here and he scores on his debut. But at this present time, we can't do that.
Obvious follow-up question, are we close to getting anybody in, particularly ahead of Wednesday when we've got Cardiff up here?
Yeah, but definite, but a lot of the players are cup-tied anyway for that, and they can't play anyway because they're not available for the first game, so they can't play in the replay, even if they've not played in the FA Cup. But, we are looking for players, of course we are.
You've said it before, this January transfer window, it's so false, isn't it? It creates a false economy because of the way you have to do your business.
Well, yeah, but we know where we are in terms of where we are financially, so we just have to almost find something that's out there that's a little bit different, a little bit like Max, really, just a little bit different and available, and through good negotiation becomes more available, and then next minute he's here. So, often you'll find players that aren't, and even if they came and was developed, finished articles, but you've got to really work hard with them, and they've got to work hard and represent the the values that we know, understand, help us win games, help us compete in games, and stands them in good stead to get great accolades.
A trait of your team, even within games, has been a response. Have you, even at this early stage, having seen the boys after full time, have you got evidence of a response to them not enjoying what happened today?
Oh yeah, they've not enjoyed today. They found it hard, and then you end up getting that misused energy, even off older players that are very intelligent, because they care, and then they end up untying their own shoelaces a little bit, and then they make it even harder against better teams. So, you know, you do need a foundation and a footprint to step on from, but you can't have a foundation, whatever you're doing, when you allow simple throw-ins, pass down the line. It's far too easy, across into the box. I think there's one man in the box and it's a tap in our goal.
Great game to look forward to on Wednesday night.
Oh yeah, definitely, great game, 100%, looking forward to that. Hopefully the pitch can recover as well as the players, and you know, Dave does a great job on it, but you know, we need to recover, we need to reflect on obviously what's happened today, but we need to put ourselves in a fighting position against a very, very good championship team.
Cardiff, we could have beaten them down at their place. We just need to carry that momentum on.
Yeah, and I think when you're dealing with these inconsistencies, I read Calderwood talking about Cambridge actually, win, lose and draw. He just writes it off. He writes it off because he's dealing with an inconsistent situation. Obviously he's worked at Newcastle United and Aston Villa, you know, different type of player or professionalisms or constant traits out of things, and often players at this level can hit a high note but quite often not hit it in the next. So you got to try and find that in that player and in the group of players, and like I said to you before, you know, a team of 11 players, you need at least 8 on point, or we do at this present time, to win a game.